Man, wish they had a Pokemon game for the DS. Oh well. Guess it's just back to playing Leaf Green on a slightly bigger screen.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're so good! You're so great! Oh my god! Hey Jay, that's the Pokemon game for the DS!
One moment.
Huh?
Alright. Let's rocket this bitch.
Hey! This way. Okay, so that wasn't exactly what happened when Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out. We didn't actually know each other. We didn't live in the same states. Or
I didn't have
like
the
that.
costume yet either.
No, he was not cosplaying as James at the time. I think it was 2006 because I went from a one-act festival where I was kind of loopy when I got the game because like a 300-pound man either stepped on or kicked me in the face at the end of like this one act I was in. It actually pressed my glasses to my temple.
Ow.
I was out of it. I actually got the system and the game in the same day, so I bought the DS because of Pokemon. I think I got my money's worth, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Well, you see, now I'm actually pretty sure that I actually got it before I even owned a DS. I played it. My girlfriend actually bought it for me. She bought Diamond. She got Pearl for me. And, yeah, it was pretty sweet. And it was a great game too. And so I would actually spend most of my time playing it on my sister's pink DS Lite.
It's a real manly color.
Yeah, oh yeah, only real men wear pink. And
well, it was DS Lite though.
Yeah.
I mean, DS Lite was so much better than the original DS.
Yeah,
you have
sure.
no idea.
It just automatically had the light.
Did you look at the spoilers on online before you got the game?
Before Diamond and Pearl? Oh man, you have to remember I had just recently, like maybe 3 weeks before, actually got a computer that was capable to use the internet.
You make me feel old.
We never had the internet.
Old. How old were you in 2006?
Well, I didn't get it in 2006 actually, but I was 16.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, man, I got it when I was a sophomore in college, I guess.
Me too, actually. I got
totally. We'll just say it was the same year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I looked at the spoilers so freaking much. I saw that there was evolutions for Electabuzz and Magmar and Magneton and all those Pokemon that were really, really cool but not quite powerful enough. They were bumping up to the next level. I was so excited about that. Like Dusknoir, there were so many cool evolutions in Diamond and Pearl.
I liked how there was one that was actually, I really enjoyed using this Pokemon, but remember Bronzer and Bronzong?
Oh, God.
I always nicknamed mine Sewer Bell, because the first one looked like a sewer cap, and the other one looked like a bell. And
I remember that, Pokemon being one of the hardest ones in the game.
And that was, like, honestly really one of the Pokemon that I'm like, really? Do you have no other ideas? Is that really what we've come to? But then I played that Pokemon,
cool,
and it was an amazing Pokemon.
It's hard to train.
I take back everything.
It is hard to train because it is a defensive Pokemon, but it was cool. So what'd you think about the Elite Four?
Oh, God. That was a long and arduous stretch. Oh man, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my Pokemon games, because like I've gone through like entire games without ever being defeated. Like I mean, my Pokemon fainted, but I've never like gone completely out of the game and had to restart a battle or something like that. And it's kind of developed into a habit. So a lot of times I would have to restart my battles with the Elite Four. What made that really difficult was I would only save a lot of times at the very first one, so I still had all my items, because I think if I saved too far in, I would have used all the items.
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, and so like I would have to start over if I lost to like the third one. I have to go all the way back, and the first two were still difficult.
Yeah, I remember the third one being was that the fire guy with his stupid Infernape? I think it was. That Infernape. Oh my god.
Nah.
I remember each one having like one Pokemon that was really hard that could kill all your team, and then the final challenger, Cynthia.
Oh god.
Champion Cynthia having like 6 Pokemon that could kill your entire team.
And she does that again in Black and White.
Oh man, I turned off the game. I walked into that room and I saw Cynthia and I was like, no, I'm not fighting this bitch. Holy crap.
Well, I mean, for Black and White, I even amp my Pokemon up. I'm like, okay, I'll be able to take her when I go in and see her. And I'm like, No, she's even more powerful than she was in the Elite Four.
I think I fought her just to see what she was at some point. It was like 70 something.
Yes. Yes. That was easily the hardest Elite Four since the original Kanto series.
Yeah.
Like the highest level Pokemon since then.
I'll say that.
Oh man. I just remember that Infernape. I thought, like, I came in there because my original first starter Pokemon was Empoleon. Or not Empoleon, but Piplup. And like I had traded for like the others, so I had all 3 of the starters in my party. And I get to the fire guy, I'm like, perfect, I got my Empoleon. This is gonna be great. And Infernape comes out. I had faced a couple Infernapes before, but then
punches you in the face.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, punches you in the face.
And like I've always loved close combat. That's an amazing move, which is probably one of the best move additions I think to that run of games.
Powerful. I'll give it that. One thing that this game did also was it finally spawned like the multiplayer scene where you could play online. So it made a sort of multiplayer community. And in fact, I'm sure some of the people watching this come from some of those multiplayer communities, like Xenon, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, dude from Japan that I played and defeated and he cried like a little baby? No, I'm just kidding. I've never played anybody on that.
I was about to say, have you played it online?
No, I never actually played it online.
I got my ass kicked. People ask me to play a Pokemon online sometimes. I'm like, I am not that good. You
have to structure your team. Like I had a friend who was in engineering school, and he would like structure teams for online playing.
Yeah.
Like with hazers and sweepers and all that kind of stuff. And most of mine are just kind of like I trained to be beat sticks, so they just like have all attack moves.
Yeah.
And I just do that because it's my style, not because like
I am the jackass that has like 6 Alakazams on the same team.
Yeah. And
all glass cannons, all hitting really hard, and dying to people that actually know what they're doing.
Yeah, because like I just for whatever reason I cannot stand using the moves that don't do anything except for heighten your abilities. I just don't like them.
I'll Dragon Dance sometimes, but oh man, Dragon Dance is fun if you can get away with it. It's difficult if you can get away with it.
It's pretty inaccurate though, isn't it?
Dragon Dance?
Yeah.
You just up your attack and your speed.
Well, no,
so if you do it 6 times, like nothing can stop you.
Well, it's inaccurate.
I don't know why you'd be able to get away with doing it for 6 times, but.
So live.
Here's the thing, and why this game is primarily on this list. I moved after college. I didn't have TV or internet for a while, and I didn't know anybody in this new city. So I watched Family Guy DVDs and played a shit ton of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Oh my god. I don't remember how many hours I put into it, but I think it was
it probably says on the
I haven't played it in forever, but I'm pretty sure it was at least 600.
Wow. The most mine ever get is like up to 100 something.
I don't know. Wow. Yeah, I bought the system for the game, but I definitely got my money out of it by playing that much.
Jesus Christ, man.
I didn't have anything else to do, I had a part-time job and I didn't know anybody. I just trained Pokemon in that game, which is funny because I didn't fight with them. It's not like I went online. I was just like, it would be really cool if I trained a Doug Trio.
You know what was good? Now, which one did you prefer, Palkia or Dialga?
I never had a Dialga, but
me neither. But
I preferred Palkia because I used it, and truthfully, Palkia saved my ass when I was fighting the Elite Four. Like, I went in with.
He looks a lot cooler too.
He's got very high special attack. I went in with Palkia, my starter, who was like the grass ground thing. The electric lion, whose name I'm forgetting.
Oh god, I loved him, and I forget his name too.
Rapidash,
Sparks.
Rapidash, because he was the only fire Pokemon I had access to, and I had to defeat that stupid steel thing.
Why did you not have gone with the Infernape in the beginning then?
Gyarados and Miss Magius.
Oh god.
Miss Magius was only there to take a hit and revive my other Pokemon, basically. Because Ghost Pokemon, not that useful against the Elite Four. At least not Miss Magius.
They used to be amazing.
Gengar, I'm sure, would kick everybody's ass, but you gotta teach him moves.
Sometimes it doesn't even have.
So yeah, out of that substandard team, the Palkia is what saved my ass, basically. Because keep in mind, I went in at level 45 against this Elite Four. So they were fighting people that were like 15 levels above them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, did I even, speaking of the legendaries for it, well, I also kind of like the addition of kind of like the addition of their three, the other three legendaries. One was wandering, and one and a couple others you had to find in caves and stuff. It was kind of cool because like it had like the original stuff for like the mystical birds kind of thing where you just like find them. It also had the mystical dogs, which I really liked, that you had to chase all over the place, which was fun.
Not a fan.
It's a pain in the ass, but it's kind of the hunt is kind of.
I
fun.
say master balls for those pieces of crap.
Oh.
Like Cresselia. Mm-hmm. Oh, the first time I found that master ball.
Master ball.
Not messing around.
Like, see, if ever I code in a shitload of master balls, I only use them on something I don't want to mess around with. Most of the time, I try and just catch it if I can. Like, I mean, I even like a lot of times I'll try not to use master balls against legendary Pokemon, just because I enjoy the challenge. But that's just my opinion.
I enjoy the challenge, just the ones that run away I don't want to mess with, because I just don't want to jump that hurdle. Call me a wuss, but I don't want to.
Well, that makes perfect sense, because I remember back on just regular Game Boy with the first running legendary Pokemon. Like, I mean, if you killed them, that was it.
You know who was an awesome legendary?
Who?
Giratina. Giratina, I was like looking for it because I knew it was in this weird new area. Wayward Cave, is that it?
Turnback Cave.
Turnback Cave. So I'm wandering around, I'm totally lost. And out of the gloom, I just walk straight up into this like 20-foot tall ghost dragon thing. I'm like,
armored bug dinosaur thingy.
That was like one of the most badass legendary, at least monster designs that I had seen from Pokemon at the time.
I remember actually when I first saw Giratina thinking that he was a bug type Pokemon, and I was thinking, really, you're gonna go with a legendary bug type Pokemon? And then, like,
I feel like it's happened now. Maybe like in black and white.
I'm not sure. And yeah, it did with the Volcross or whatever the hell it was. But I remember seeing it.
Is it the firebug thing?
Yeah.
It's not legendary, but it may as well have been.
It's very rare.
It may as well have been.
But I remember finding it, like, on the platinum cover and thinking, like, because I had already been kind of disillusioned with Pokemon after Ruby and Sapphire. They were just
I think there were a lot
incredibly dull,
Yeah.
They didn't have a huge amount of expansion of really good Pokemon that I liked. So I was not really into getting.
Hey, Crawdont was in.
Okay, just chill. So I was not big into like doing the Diamond and Pearl and later Platinum, the DPP. What? And so like I saw this, I'm like, and I had more reason to, because I'm thinking like really a legendary bug Pokemon. But then when I like saw his sprite and everything, found out that he was actually Ghost Dragon, I'm like, wow, that's like really badass, and I got a huge amount more respect for Giratina. I also enjoy that he has 2 different forms. That's kind of cool. And also, did you know that if you're fighting a Ditto and it uses Transform to becoming Giratina, it will for a second be Origin form or whatever it is, and then it'll shift back because it doesn't have the Grizzlyosaur. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool.
I did not know that. We've talked so much about this game. Obviously, it was a big deal. A lot of people that like Pokemon games, but didn't necessarily like the Hoenn game so much. The 3rd generation, which was Emerald and Sapphire, sort of came back. And the DS was a really popular system, so I think it was just a good time for that.
Oh, we didn't mention the graphics though, even.
The graphics? I mean, they were pretty good. Pokemon's always one of those things that lags behind with the graphics department. But it certainly felt like a real, real nice big world.
Yeah, and I did like the map. The map was amazing. And also, like, I did notice there was a little bit more done with the 3D for it. Like, the buildings looked a little bit more 3D.
Yeah, they definitely felt like the Metropolises felt like Metropolises, the tiny towns felt like
they were kind of somewhere between they were kind of like in a no man's land, kind of sort of like with graphics wise, somewhere between like Super Nintendo and then Nintendo 64. I don't know where exactly that would be, but because it was like a little bit more 3-dimensional than the Super Nintendo.
They would definitely make
a little less than Nintendo 64.
They would definitely make better graphical advancements with the next games. But that's a next video, because this one's gone on long.
Way too long.
You guys have probably played Diamond and Pearl. It was awesome. End of story.